Mansarin kilinye Dika masuma kunda Amudu wajang Waye sangarango Mansarin kilinye Dika masuma kunda Amudu wajang Waye sangarango Munala kilinye Dika masuma kunda Amudu wajang Waye sangarango Sangaranga ini urala ilo dulale bambanda wala dinambe jamuna ba modu yebangu dinkende ada fale pa modu ida be hiro lukono Gambia melie demokrasi murundi nanga Gambia kono Bojan sangaranga ilo de la bango yela bango bondi mola hiro media la hiro mola hiro media la hiro Baringa nyine lo alisiyo toka bona manding kono Adala pada sangara madiba konne bala Dugun nimbala Fabala gana ninjawlajo Mandisi maramu meninsi bikonne Munai sangaranga Pamodu Ngoni mulde masaya nyinina Ita masaya nyinina mume Kadi boda masa singule do Gambia Atele kamanza ya birika mankulia Landin salibo jang wala wulu hutela Para edi nyuma wulu Pamodu bojang Nama sada dan sodima Alamunni mela alamunni simayala Pamodu bojang sangarango Mansarun kilinye Dika masuma kunda Pamodu bojang Waye sangarango Itala bota sefo bala dembo sandam bojang Ibota alkali keke jamme bojang bala Odamma ya yitandi komansa ule muiti Mansada bojang kema pamodu Ya seni saneke Ala muisi maya Imaje pamodu Munayatina moja mae kanu Moja mae no moja mala videla Munatonya mole muidi pamodu Wayo membekeri ikole sada membekeri Muna membekeri ikole bange membekeri Wayo membekeri ikawale fo Wayo membekeri Suredi yonkola pamodu Wayo sangaranga Ninko pamodu Sirif samsidin jato haidara la talibo Wale wuluda bune nila haidara Wale be mume la talibo Sakharamba suwane Madina suwane Wale muila morodi Mansarun kilinye Birika masuma kunda Amodu bojang Waye sangarango Sirifudi no gaidara terima Pamodu Ila kendale nyisabu Ini moken lo jamal benyo bulu Pamodu Saran bojang fama Samsidini bojang fama Alamimena dunia Bojang sangkaran dunia Wadu mada bojang fama lemu Mbengana ma Itala wulu talandi mbojana bojang kunda Dugu nimbala fabalangana nintawlajo Ini urara Itala nimpin dajaba wulu dajaba maro Musia malambe adnya Mansarun kilinye Birika masuma kunda Amodu bojang Waye sangarango Munala kilinye Birika masuma kunda Amodu bojang Waye sangarango Suradi angkola pamodu Ilodula le bambanda Na banko kan Gambi ankol mume Wodon telde tuwale Simaya nganani Wata kende ala Wayo membe keri Ikanyune sada Membe keri Tonya membe keri Ikanyune fo Membe keri
Corruption okay. Nothing a corruption okay. You might live out for life. Daddy J, banding Daddy J, Daddy J. Don't let me see the low left sound. Now willing ya corruption okay. Na corruption okay. Na corruption okay. No. I want the move for ha. It'll move that oh la move that banana move that Jumali Davide Ningil the seal for no. I want the seal for ha. It'll move that oh la move that banana move that Jumali Davide Aninga tonya bunga kasifo Amul besunya rola tolai Itela muda teje Ola muda teje Banana muda teje Chumali tabije Nkulumi nama bodula tezetulai Tulisafu woi Netero safu ke fangole kumamirai Everybody ngulisafu Ke fangole kumamirai
Makotano la nyato ni ke fang kuoturong mira Iye tambin dile buruye mobe na pa Tajirinte ya fonga bayino Ay bojam Tilimbali ya fonga bayino Ay bojam Pankoti tano la nyato Ni ke mirai fang kula Fang kung Ide unkola de
Bimbe kidding.
Nkafo wole nyama.
Badi Ninde atemu kodi ma bade te me yaron ko Home Digital FM 99.9 ani mimbe Kerin TV wole nyin sambalena. Atol mini yaron ko alkasafaro leke fir fewon le bal buda lafta kabin kankula ning alnata Home Digital FM jamu kankula bundal te dami yaron ko ningi kankula duniya bele kalon e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna andu manna da wala atur mini alon ko project ko bale bulu gambia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole nyim project ko kalamuta janne mudulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami alon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix ngana murung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami alon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online tv ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ise ku jama lonje ntolu dum mobundale timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yurwande kanda malu ke kilimoti wala munna lo kan kumoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do le lafta mole kala mutande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commandi plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220 734 3125 hanside ning altulbe diaspora alsenna whatsapp commandi nole plus 44 777 1676 759 wala mimbe kering nka fole nyama andum fanan nka ke wala nyama.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين مبارك الله على بي كونتون الله واتولا الدنيا فنا وفنا على كونتون دير سهر ولا يمبوتا نجس كونتو على بي كونتون بونيان هرمو كونو انيم فما جيو كونو السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته البادي مالا من كوناتي akitala tento ti bi fanan njofita nan ko take kana na platform auto membe Kerin TV kana programme on atalle en kamen kumandi ALSAMAA alhamdulillah nyinka kay mbulu kontane ko bati na da jang molla saferol to lombang molla kumandirol to lombang nga karamba kele wol kono abutum fonsi continuer dron dunia ñi lay nat na molier ñim fana mo kenolati opportunity lam pour gambe dingolo en safako a new way of exercising citizenship banku diya wala natul le danda kula how to interact. Citizenship is not only about having the national document but ntol fanda malen si interact no nyadile si nyomoy no nyadile adin si karan no nyobulu nyadile ñil be mu fannala ti damialon ko abe tun ko be lori o fannala ka banku diya wala ka diya min kita fangala bankoti nin kom fangala banko wala mun na bankoti ngañin lon nako ni ko don na banko dole seo dole ka ke kudolati ngo fom ñum platform oti ni ko don na banko don dole camera ko atelier amena tele dam tam bankoti ndegantele talon Gambia mun na bankolati and mbafla with no apology. Gambia mun na bankolati adun bankulo miyalon ko manum bankula dunia ko. Gambia banko anyum bankuti dunia ko. Anyum bankuti dunia ko no. And there are so many reasons why ngol for. Dosi siyede warola, dosi siyede fanna dola. But mimbe Gambia banko ka ni Gambia dingul yolo. Wala tan ko Gambia nyonte banko ka dunia ko. Bari, we have our crisis. We have our own crisis. Crisis lebe caring, crisis mialonko is going to be, is testing everyone's resolve, is testing everyone's conscience, is testing everyone's patience, is testing everyone's elastic limits as to how far even muni accept nola. Bari nyimbe kono min kumata jam. Wala nyinte ko ngana values nyolu we uphold onto them. O values nyolu mu mullet na resilience na alpha follow le milta ko nyimbanku mam fensoto bari mbe mbe struggle le nga doko nga taro fita ngam fam balunde. And that we need to leave that. But for alpha follow le diamo, for alpha follow your promise menta. To women the national anthem, ebe national anthem, ebe kurula, ebe national anthem la lo bankoka, wale ba create lo bankoka. National anthem. Key important phrases among those phrases, the promise we renew. Yeah, lahirol tanyim banko, and unto every generation need to renew that promise. On promise to be one each other's brothers and sisters keepers, or to keep ngana camaraderie. Omuniti ngomungani yolet. Niamo drang nga dendrong, nga dembe den na kule la pura aita mbenga ngani yosoto wo kueta. Aita nyato. Otombenya ta den na ngani yolla. Tonyala alsi den ngani yolla, but alsi kul jeno a different way. Katumbe lafta le puru mbenga te, yes. Te nyanying puru ikafle smooth sailing. Oto bela la nyanto mo kaje ko wo smooth sailing nying fenkana alter wala. No alter wrong is going to be catastrophe for everybody. And nalibo kulun kono, nobody is safe until everyone is safe. Nobody is safe until everybody is safe. So banko fana mbola nyama. Gambe banko until man can nobody is safe in that country until everyone is safe. Wala tinna ninku keta modo lan kana fa ko ya nyimu kankar kundan ko wala nyimu kulete nyimu dolete no odo mimbe ko al halo kono abo kolya kono itele moti amu iteleti adu telefona moti oto mbele kanyanta ko nyin kono miye sara batandi ay kumbale batandi miye kumba batandi ay babulale batandi because al bebo banko rek al bele tamu banko oto alimbe nga fo ban na banko nin ko na banko way ku jamale fudi de amanke diamu kala dam manti ka fa ko na banko umu kuleti umu manku toleti umu belief leti umu yemi ngani yow banko e ade banko mo lo fana bunya ye horma ye bunya ye respect ye sonko o banko mo la nakaro mu la nakar balati ikana dun kuto miyalon ko bo banko mo nakar deni safono otomo le safono proudly ko na banko to nyalo ma fa ko lamin ko na tan ko be kum faade tuma do ko hadama de be ke fam fenken because mol min be jibero mol min betelo wolle bo fono la bari ngamin fo la nyinde ko na alpha folo le min tumbulo banko felle be ñu banko kan billahi ni mun dol diamuta ku balle keto banko kan tariki balle bo banko kan doli man tro banko kan yo long milima ka tambi mol la mil bo banko kan ni o mol ya long wallahi be kuuti ba ke ko banko ke takela bar lumbe kono le lumbe lum kono le ade kuube ke kan afolu be ken afolu ba kan afolu to bayila abe kan to nyala bang ate kan to nyala bar mbe duwala kan mbe duwala to almaye ken nyala do en kumanda ko nyoko ela diamo ko nan kanyi moy ka fa ko abe kala nyala ba ka karo fo ka ko alhamdulillah nyala banki o me da dan way min fo ay to nyala fo mo su katle duwale faye dron mo katula duwale faye simana dron fo alama ale mbeke simate ay beke nyala jang ko dol bi yang folye ken nyala bari mol koy ba wulen koy te karan mol koy ba wulen koy te sabar la mol koy ba wulen la itatula nga diam ta jande ba de leben tolla signol leben tolla nyabela ibe kole ke kan kanyim bankun nakare kanyim bankun samba koma kana time o west kana resource west ka ko beke hanbe bimen to man sabar ye daw tinda dawdan dinna is depressing e kasile ka fanginen ka fo Gambia fo ale fo mune mo kere Do we have a country? Do we have a state? A country and a state and a nation. There are different ways. State mu authority, sovereignty, the symbol where we can see our sovereignty. The authority in which we can see our sovereignty is a state where we have laws, supreme laws. But a country is geographical boundaries, territorial integrity of that country. What about the country? The nation is about the people. Opportunities nul nata. We squandered every opportunity from those in charge and those around Ibukano. Opportunity na Bankoka to turn that country around, to be an envy of the not only West Africa, but the whole of Africa. It was squandered. Unforgivably, we journalists, especially Pamodu, I made a conclude platform. Akunyum banko min need wala mu national dialogue. National dialogue. So there was a call for national dialogue. National dialogue, they came back and gave the hope to people. It was time for us to talk. It was time for us to reflect and listen to the sovereign masses of the people, to the cries of the people. So a national dialogue with a lot of resources pumped into it. A national dialogue that was a very rare opportunity. I mean, people like Pamodu and people like other journalists, because what they saw in them, what they thought was another opportunity for proof. Mim damal ko problem min damal tema. Sakon na politician olu na nyaton kolu, they open a new page to listen to the cries and to reassess the crisis of our time, the urgency of our time, to understand those issues. But monekita obinata squander. Just like another opportunity we had to make Gambia a renewed democracy, a respected democracy in the Committee of Nations. With that draft constitution, the consultation, the euphoria and the upbeat for that new constitution was squandered and wasted just like that again. Now, hope for a new Gambia, Gambia has decided, was squashed, was hijacked, was I don't know, how do you call it? With enormous waste of resource. And we make it before the national dialogue. With the HOPCO, at that point, those leaders would, the people in power, look, we had a lot of opportunities and we wasted so much money. That money, those funds could have been better utilized in other things. But we could not be spending huge amount of money in those projects, and then we squash them up, and they become just elephant projects of no use. Money, the value of money, the millions min bedundo kono, ngo beta nga betinya, nga be waste. Jana Commission also came. Before the commission, before that dialogue, Mimbe Kataoto, they were vested with powers. They were vested with the instrument to ensure that there was justice and there was due process. Rule of law. Rule of law. It's not Barrow. It's not Jallo, the minister, or whatever, or Minister of Justice, or any is about the law. Omanke. Of an base content. TRRC, another rare opportunity. Consider the amount of resources that went into that. With the peasant population urging for or yearning for justice, came lost hope, followed by unbelievable impunity. With all this recommendation, everything, hanin be bemento, ebe balanding, eko tonya te sabat lo bankoka. Tonya mi yalan ko wala mun tuni te bela samati, wala mun tani te bela suturot, wala mun tani te bela nyaro tat, alko te kala bankoka. Aduni modan tan ding, hanin be bemento, wala be siring ebe nakareka, e man sabar. So many opportunities nata to bring the nation together, a polarized nation. Them kandamal kwendi. That national dialogue could have been a perfect opportunity. And all these recommendations that followed up were never followed to the latter. They're not effective compared to the amount of resources that went into it and where we are today. The resources are wasted. Resources will be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just as we try to look at other issues that we want to bring in, breaking it down, we're looking at some of the reports that came through. And in some of these audit reports, are minded because they have been done out of coming ilado column, but because there are sanctions or things World Bank they have to do these things, these audits. Well, audits all now, they are not coming out. So if it were not for those conditions from the World Bank and other institutions or international donors, would we have seen or would we have received those audits? You begin to question yourself. Kabo fenkela time ola todo. Karamba to the time ola. National audit. I just wonder whether we're going to have another Karamba. I doubt it. Because kulipita kanyame mimfa bo ko kunna nkaje ko abe kol min ka minyalo ngenda ka mansa kunda tonton to look at why they are wasting so much resources. Min ni silo manta, min ni luwali manta. Wo fa be kol ke ka miyalan ko alhamdulillah it's unbelievable with all this traveling and expenses. Gambia could be now what we should be looking at now, areas to cut waste, to minimize to reduce excessive waste of resources. Resources, when I'm talking about, it's not only it's about money too. Money is critical in that resource. But how we manage how government manage those expensive resources as well, maintain them. Do we need all these expensive cars? I'm from Koto. The second biggest international summit, Minkata OIC. A rare opportunity for Gambia to make a difference. When I look at those adverts before the OIC, because of this OIC, we're going to be seeing 20 new roads or something new roads in the greater Banjul area. And we're going to see a lot of investment in our police, blah, 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 blah. But where are those investments? I could be probably maybe in Temantra cool follow, but we give them credit. Kajako at least for a change. Because imeta kuma jamala fula molie mboka menje aketa. Ando nya ko rule of law nyimma rule of law nyimba kono ko nyaton ko nye fem fo ye mollahi de banko mollahi de fem you have to do it ni make you are held accountable. You are held accountable. Every aspect of accountability reigns on you, from the media, from the public, from the regulators, from so many agencies, multi-network agencies will hold you accountable. All stakeholders will rule of law. But rule of law no impunity. The culture of impunity is dealt with. The culture of impunity is something ko apoka keno in the rule of law. You will dance to it. But rule of law fana be dawdanding min nyanda kala ka kala mol ka da hajele nakaro mafako nakaro to bugo ban no society kono because hadamadeng by nature ourselves we are all selfish hadamadeng hadi ko wala fo hadamadeng bari ngamin ko len nin ko hal selfish jam aman ko mi negative way de wala nyinde ko mobe kamine ko nyinde ko min betanta nan tonto mbole kala that is inward mbole ma in selfishness ma for selfishness coming in a negative way. But ntolu kumokoleta ka kumokoleta kumodu sura data mafu amanke fotat Allahu akbar. I understand. Anyway, mbadin da water drum. Mbadin wolo albadi malamin konat. Mbale jam ko tege alsama. Bi dimanche mbala July karo tili mwandin say July karo July fanam fela afata. Time is flying, and every day we're getting closer to yet another opportunity for Gambians to decide which direction, which country, which future do we want. Adunyum ba kono nkanyum folo wato bedo niela business o yakoro di taya di mola e kay ko business o fele lafta na bi ngi marande na business o la. You don't walk away. You iko mari kontibole. Iko mari audit every often foi atutele bulu foi mari ina mari be monthly reconciliation le kele ba foi na mari be 3 months reconciliation le ba for 6 months number o decision on nying o tutele bulu o decision on nying ntol lendel gambe de le o make ko up to every 5 years we will make that this we will do that audit ninko 5 years amanke exactly 5 years today, but up to 5 years anytime we can come back in the we renew that, we assess, we make that decision, we do that reconciliation. Or reconciliation of election. To now audit nga mol miliyala nga business o dila nga kro dila ko ya invest for us. Adu mbe jokan defana. Yemo bula business le ba joka. Iba joka at the same time fana ikay ko say mbine audit la. Ya audit follow. Itini la Allah tala tema ila audit kono ila audit kongo aya fail fulan jang kono ya audit ko ka ya fail mbadi say no ite mari han kabi iko to la business kono tonya it's a problem oto kule bete dala minning mulka min jey manke client wala mo nakarot be ko jam fa le kono ifan tamu la business o do bari munati na every time ko be falendiro nyin kule kana do kono obi jam fale kono e be nakaro kono go back again and check but if you be continue le bang sa ite la business lo le be boy ban dol fan be boy kanyani ngajele na banko la institution mi ko state owned enterprise da mi ko lenyanda kam ma ko nyin julo mi be ben tol kunna pour ngajo nya soni ambul not only from our taxes, but a way of masakunda fananka business of fanankelo in terms of from places like the ports, places like GRA. So what's it again? Gambia Transport Services, and in Nawek, you name them. But in bunda jamal bije, we boy can. ibu boy kan ibu lawdande mo je may ka ibu ka kontan ado mu nek ñim beke no it's not record science ado ala man ñen ken tol ala man ñen la mol kunna ala man tara ñin ke kan kana kol tank ala blame fang la mol be ñin ke kan fang le be ñin ke kan ala man taro ala moke al kakrafo ala la kitala ala man kiti ñinna ni min ba fula ya fula min ko na be sa wala aka kuma fo nde believe ta minna wala ñinde ko ala hakilol dinnale ala ko bele kan ala ko bel din tolla pour nga tamandi to choose right from the wrong or wrong from the right ala o dintel damman la hadama din wallahi wala ndana intel aynke fisa man tolt da fa be kono ala darol min be mi dunia so diverse ite be fam min da fam min ko be keren in banko kambang fo jiyo kono lombang fo fonyo kono lombang for even in areas men ko they are yet to be discovered. Imagine be Chinese will be taken mass. They are looking at some signatures. Kajako, there was once life that even mean discover life ever existed here billions of years ago. Billions of years ago. So we'll be ala darolati. Hadima dun ayo min be ayo non do min po min be di la pour kata fo mass no ka dun fon kono ka taw dal to damiran ko we no human there were never mamoy could hadama dun fata je folo but coming be mass le foka now every now and then every so often they scientists all they discover another planet you name them nimbe fu nimbe manken kutu melanko nimbe e nanata mo la da fem coton le yenin keno sa jole ina mena mo e be nyinkeka falolu suolu da fem coton le ina mena jedo but alale yin power of knowledge ka pleno le tamelo ko dunia all this weight ite mena be idum airbus kono wala boeing kono with almost 300 or 400 passengers ina mena the luggage load nyina tons of weight ina mira sanso fuelo min ka dum dam pano kono fuelo min be ka dum kulumtila dam pano kono fana bela the weight of the fuel ina jo way boro way banko bula ko kuno what is there min yo kena hadama de la london min beti bari wo london ni is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Allahu akbar kum fay kum ayim bedi hadama de still mba blame kan karanka kudole fan ka fako etilati nande ko I have chosen the wrong etilati nande ko I'm supporting what is not right o fam dinu bolti nka fende anka ala attribute kula manke mint because ala man na fi nakarola aya fam fonda sa ite be ñon hadama do nakarla e ka fako ala la kitala ite be ñon hadama do li jam faka ite fanga bianon ko tonya sondo mo ko no hakilo ko ne ko be ko ni mokule mi nga mantele ba ila to satisfy your greed and vanity in this temporary world damen ko te labanna very soon en yote bulo ite malon fo jannen sama bitara ni dunya ko ngabe diamo kan jam bari mbadin kon kan of akon ka duwa ron ka fuko alma alen so simala adum bakara wolo fo wato bet alma alen nal beso simala atul mi bebe jibe kan albe lamoy kan alma nal beso la simala jara kenya harje finola defan ko nyima ko nan kumata baake mo fulo man dula kumata bara la ban dula fanan kumata baake ñin tun kun fulo kumata de ñin tun kun fulo fana mo kawandolati ñin tun kun fulo mo kawandolati de il fulo dula ila bandula nim hadama den ke mi rewto dron wallahi you will be humbled ibe ma kunnale ibe fo kumulo la kunne billahi because nkanyam fole watu beto alma ale makoy ndemen ka sijal in front of this microphone or in front of this camera mbeñin ko momi be fo kan jam wallahi lumbe sila mbe balo ko no banta bado ko no ba ñimbe ple la janne mol ba lam oto ndela sama ndela bang ube kala nyadile so woro nyandak bila moti bila musamati B is the longest day B atelemu kununti para telefona musamati alama ala sunna nalbe bari abara fawar the crisis of our time alinga kenyoy alinga tunyoy alinga yam fanyoy bari nga alinga sute ko this is our collective responsibility tonyalang we will have different opinions is fine. That is not wrong with that. That is democracy. Ha, and sonta wala ado manya na kana kasiti. O kita kasiti tawdan ding, o tete mari fana ibe na karol. Ibe na karola de inte kol genola kilenti fangat kol differently. But mimu tanoti jam. Wala nyinte ko ya no ko tonya imara ya ye molla nyantol tinya jam. Ye kulle ke jam mimme luati nyalle ke jam. Ado luati nyali ya je dawdan de aka dolo baram. So mim manke siloti amanke siloti. Muna musiloti. Dole safa ko is subjective. Dole ite ya do musiloti do ya manke siloti. Nsontale. Barbe min no mo jawla nyinde ko. What defines us as Gambians? Ntul Gambia. Nabanko. Do we want a progressive country or a regressive country? Progressive in the sense we need to catch up with the rest of the at least not only 100 man for blood but you are expecting low. We all need to aim high. We all need to aim high. Sakonna nyaton kol nyande ka kili ya baki. Dunia bida kan nyam. But member kolal mem kumar jawla nyande ko. Enough is enough. Nyaton kol nyande to come back to their senses. Kasi koteke. Ka kol jibe, ka al harobe jibe. Ka bala faso to molye, ka bala faso to fukarole, ka bala faso to nan musolye, ka bala faso to dindemolye. And all the vulnerables. Ka bala faso to sila. To listen. To listen. Alors ni ko listen. Amanga komi etlobe karala be diame kante. You may hear me talking, but you may not be listening. So listening mean to young in the more can mean for. Take time to digest it and be responsive. Responsive. Muna wala in the ko. Kawol mo la kumbol ni la al halol be complain le kulbe to absorb it and to make sense out of it. But not to ignore it. Or not to just come kemo drong. Ibe diama kana ni diama de batata de. Ni mo le katla diama le complain le complain le siata. Ila diama le siata. That is not the way. Nyaton ko nyanta to listen. You should have listening skills. You need to sit down, take time and listen. Sometimes you have you have your use ways because you don't go to be any especially pressure. Sometimes you are insulated from the public. But if you never do if some of those things you find let it be personal to you, let it be confidential to you. Ite fana ni mon be dala tay ite fana se mune keno pour ka funtuno ka duluno ka blado jibe without their knowledge kaje ko mune be kere. Because it's a follow ko maybe name la fe million ete bo enclose kono tomodo you can use la mole yes GRTS ka GRTS you have all international news phone call here but there are some you have your mobile phone you have other things you can access and get to know what people are saying in your quiet moment before you even go to bed. Just have your time to yourself or even if you're in your office. Give me quiet moment. Give me time for me to. I just need not be direct. After at least 2 hours, alio bulanya daire kono I want to have private time for myself to look at sort of other things. Final be every now and then final be na for you to attend to, for you to sign and all that. That's fine. But the minute final minute can file janaka fute me ka kiskis na juman na tamu nyento ibe muna foka. So it you throw those things, you may not know what is happening, but then find a way of going around and then see what is happening. Niman tano yai na, but if I just do your own way of finding out what people are saying. Newspapers could be there, yes, read those newspapers, but are you definitely absorbing those stories that you are seeing on newspaper, the headlines? Are you making sense out of them? But what other means are you doing or you adopting to hear from others? Sometimes ni fitara bla be do ni meke kun wrong yaje man nga kuma kilim fanam falia mialanko is the reality of the current times we are in. Wana nan kanyum fole wato beton ko mbenyum besa yela nyinkang momo bekala Gambia nyaton koti ayin wati ayin banko samba to a level Damianko will become the pride of every Gambian. Ebe kala moloti mialanko ngafole mafola albo mbafla koteke foi na chosano long foi Gambia long ye Gambia la mola ye Gambia dinglu sute kuma kan mbatude mo be bakanyum fasal because na kamera ko what ni kamune fo ni ko bedu dive more into it can be a bit confusing man la fa du moy hakal but let me go a little bit deep into it. Na diamo kum folo mbe mi foka mbe nkonna alfa folo le ko min to bankon ka ye bankon tawnne ya tawn ku dali lol milika ku ballon wolti de wolmu resilience lati banko la resilience comme family ila alfa folo lu imam olli la bil elo lung la mira de ye mira la ko ikomo ye kulleke wala ne ko janning bumo belo lo korda kon e ka bum nunule e duwal kije dole bi jey sila sa fel sare isi ko leken because mo nekata e man ragu dam man o lum dam man jibe kam bimbi na kilo korda kon nyaato dinglu ba dinglu be kala nyaade o banko sato o korda kon alfal ni tata e kala fele ko ndin ko moy tata sumare ko moy tare ke clienti ye nyomoy wala mu alfa la duwati ana la hammoti banko fanan kam nundo alfa fulolu e kulle kenyum bankun kam de storm nko kunum molle storm ta enomta banko na rasule ka fo di Gambia alinga je moyde the core values ñu important they sprang out of those core values munu what the struggle for independence munu what not only for that the survival of those struggle kajeko to live a progressive country damenko insi seno ke ngam fambalonde inte konkola million long omu gambela chosani balti omu gambela history balti omu gambela tarik balti bar kunum fanan kudol la fanan kete itol be fonola bar nini ke baldi amade ko kuma defo lede nim manje chansang mo 6 kilo tu anyama man kolu me Allahu akbar so mole bo lonna mi alon ko asontalima aya sute adun chosano dundala aya long ko mi bo banko kan aya sute ala struggle long ala struggle appreciate and I'll respect ñay mo ke don wote ke so mune mu reality bi ni electional kita itata da carte fire itata to the polling station you vote e ko nga nav carte dila tumodo ni ala natake wala itata tata station de la carte fay wala tata police station de la carte fay, you have made your effort. Iti nante dang kite dang kele kodi. Saying mil nata wol fana be a fay. Ning ite nyan isa wo minde wonata ke ko mi okay ite a fay karle karna da gagné. Ila mo jande the politics, the realities of our time, and to understand the urgency of Meming Fokali. No mari natata sa asita silang kan say. No mari mang consensus. Amari mang selfish. Amari mang greedy. Wole balla makato bay nona. Ay lam na kuma kala mboy repeat la ja. Na mari mang selfish. Amari fana is na mari okay. Na mari consensus. Amari among greedy. Amari fana yalla struggle understand. Wole balla futo solaliye. Wole balla minna murundina jibidatu. Wole balla moyla. Wole fana understand na ko min yente kila allewo batal min beke kali nyafita. Wole bo kenola. But ni momenta through that process la was storming and what Tesla. Min kana ke wala nyinte ko after the election, the lobbies, the powerful lobbies, they will come and close the doors. They will sit with this guy behind closed doors, coming from behind closed doors. Sadek 2-3 months or maybe 1 year, 2 years later, complaints will start coming. Because muneketa. Mbenye fokale wala alinga karam. Alalla mol alinga nyo sute. Aling kana son kote kenga dunda kol min kono be jam fal min kono nga dua kono kote. But the people mimbe bondino ko ite wolon yo sute. Amang kutolu ite latalo ko nyinde nyimbe nyinje nyame nyinte kala moti. But no man what money and power today will be dunia maraka. They are the problem, they are the solution. They are the problem, I have my reasons. They are the solution, I have my reasons. Just like Komi B after September 11. But then kodo process nyana almo yin kami be nyimbankunka. Kodo, because they don't want it to fall into the wrong hands. Millions of money. Pour kado mol bulo kono mi non ko de ibuka explain no ko do dunda mundo la funta mundo le. They will clamp on you for so many reasons. Economic crisis bitarajele. You have to trace those wealth attributed to something else. Whether you are doing a business or something, you have to account for that. Nimo keno. For how many times the mol like kodol sis mol bul airport? Ika mojale muyan ko la kodo ala bago kono I ba almost like 20,000 pounds so ala bago kono anabita ya mutal bul airport by custom ya confiscate until that person explains I kodo so nyami ita release la ibe kodo be kontla nyale ko bekele ya mutai kay ko now tell us how you yaning funds so nyadi ibe do ko le bank ibe business le bank we want to know because they don't want money katanyala miyanko is going to supporting other illicit means. Either drug trafficking numbang, either terrorism numbang, either mana sifa be. So kodole bo be koma. Kodo kumata back. It's a solution to our problems, but it's also a cancer, a root cause of our problems. It can be little, but it can also be good for our survival. It is, if it is fall into one of the honeybee near the international in the international relations, in the diplomacy, Bangkol dolbije still now ila intelligence ila ko be it can learn ko a state that they don't trust never succeed in compiling arsenals, some dangerous weapons, especially nuclear. Station Milanko, Sakola neighbors or Nima Mintros. If I intelligence to spy on them, to spy and do everything, if a kukuto to spy. Intelligence are working everywhere. Dunia be the busiest among us today. And those, especially the Milanko, that they understand how to use intelligence properly. They are gaining ways to compete. The world is very competitive in so many ways, in so many aspects. And the intelligence is critical in that. Intelligence gathering. Those officers are very busy. Sometimes they don't have a specific day to work. They can work at any time, any length of time. So it's constant. Survival. Because international relations experts and scholars they describe the international relation or the international committee as chaotic. Every country is fending for themselves. Every country is selfish because the countries are the people. Human beings are selfish by nature. These are the concepts. So maybe money and power. Money and power. Especially in the crisis minkono. Nyatonko is very important. Nyatonko military jamfala alnyantolonale. Nyatonko mianko he will be susceptible to corruption because he has people around. There might be even people now they are ready to sponsor Amarilla election call baker and the money where the money is coming from. On the bankulo the source of funding, the source of a political campaign is all subject to scrutiny. Because yajeleko ni mo ke fana banko kan mo minango ikana to power, they end up failing the people and support and listen and in fact just be there to they have been micromanaged by those lobbies, by those people minango election be election from Kodila funding dira jama. So nyilebe no reality ni aje molkana ka complain ka foko na molu na kari nga nyaton ko injam fale ko because moneketa they don't go into that office with conviction. They don't go into that office knowing their people. They don't go into that office understanding the struggle of their people. They don't go into that office sympathizing the struggle of their people. They pretend. Billahi. Alingang hakilo to back. Because when you be focused on sama sini you better than them for nganyum fo janne because dunia kata nyami mbojile fokale be to mental. Money and power. How unfair and how uncertain and how complex the changing times are. And through that, we need sophisticated leaders who understand how to navigate those issues, how to confront those challenges head on. But the key important thing, the people first, the people power. And that is why, what's her name again? Kamala Harris, rather. Very smart girl. So very smart lady. Na cross nyami. Political me is a very intelligent. I'm a former prosecutor. Very intelligent. You want to a political understand. And I can meet in the mall. They might be other I can make Republican commanded Namil Cool Miller compared to her campaign. This is people's powered campaign. This is people's powered movement. This is about freedom. Last time development of beta nata a beta from A to Z a be freedom. Development. Development. development aman ka ton ko mi ngata nga achol lo banjul dam nga achol lo nga karamol lo every week ko be classroom jolla lola. That is not only development. Development is about creating choice. And when you create choice for people, then people are free. And that choice means it should be empowerment. People should be empowered through the process. But you cannot be suppressing people. You cannot be disrespecting the people. You cannot be, I don't know, how do I say it? It will more jump far. You don't forget them. You don't change the goalposts soon after your election by only concentrating on the wealthy and the powerfuls there, the elites of our society, and to play their tune for them. That's why Angalolko, in their proverb, Angalolko, he who pays the piper plays the tune. He who pays the piper plays the tune. Momi akoro dunni ko kono wana campaign funding, political campaign, source of funding, electoral laws bundal be ni beka nyandale ko be londi ka chaki woli ka kodo bonde mun tole tol dol kita wala campaign dol kita fo banko mol la resource dunda kono le ban fo banko mol la resource dunda kono ban amame ba ken nin wambe na last breaking it down we were talking about VDCs and some of these fisheries centers or call me according to the last audit or according to the audit. In Bakonoko, mimman koy ma jawla nyinte ko fo President Barolo to nyindo, it was a political tour wala mid people tour. Yala ni President Barolo I two tours ato. Aka todo ke people mid people tour bankola constitutional law. Aka todo fananke muneti wala nyinde ko bankola so NPP la politiko. So nintere ko mafa ko netere ko abe NPP la politiko kono. So nun so not a fire by the VDC. O niome VDC won village development committee. O kodo bor nan banko mol sato mol la kodo to ba. Fo sato mol be da kortale ko ban o nun so nyanda ka fale ka di president la ba. Ni be mo accountability issues nyolati. So mbe min foka njawla ko the source of funding is very important. Nimman walake nimbata betla nimbata kono betla nimbata don ko betla nimbata kono don especially mune kana ke problème fananti mbo fananti fanan falale Dawud and Indiana we have powerful elites elitism elitism, especially a chronic one. They are insulated from the realities, from the struggle of the people. Atol milalongo patato banko kan. Ni mol be soto milalongo ni mom na minam pata long, minam pata fang, na minam dum pata kul kono. Kabini la parents old community is passed down. It lalli kan live nyami. Ani momi ko abo struggle kono. Ndemo banko kan bare na mirolo baka kilent. Eteka kudo jeno nyado nyama ateboko je because meneketa he hasn't been through that struggle atete moy la te faham la etela kumodo fam bijo ka kumunda kamate mundo talent ibuka moy abuke moy fam sign no modu tata foy indi kroto ko bankoka luwa buka bambanno bankoka accountability boko bambano banko. We have weak institutions, jama because moneketa wala activities nyolu, they always want to get away with things. They don't want a regulatory regime. Damianonko, they can be held accountable for certain things. They don't want a very strong institutions in those countries because some of their activities, for example, money laundering, making sure they pay their fair taxes and everything, will be weekly because they have vested interest in suppressing those institutions, suppressing those rule of laws, to allow their nefarious activities. Because they are going to be lobbying for those things. They will be lobbying for that environment. And there's going to be, they will get away with certain things, but you cannot get away with it. You need to be somebody prison. You tell you wrong, cannot tell you. If you selective justice like an Bangkok, then better kumbola rek, better kumbola wrong, kumbo wrong, that better wrong, yang kan kato wrong. There is between the rich and the poor is going to be widened again. Because the commitment, the election commitment is not there anymore because it's been hijacked. So nyina quality more than the kamin suite. Nin lafta batab numbolam lafta batab bolam molekam. More than yanta sort of long yato minia long yen long yen suite. Yen na struggle long ya understand. We are going to risk because this future is gloomy. You don't know that person. You have never tested that person. You don't know who the person is. You don't know what background, what belief he's got. But ni kena cross lati. If I'm bajela kon tonya. Yinte na futo sonola. If I'm balon ko tonya. Yinte na makato baynola. Yinte nyafita nola. I think I can cross lati. But I meta. Struggle meta. Kumbo meta. Yellow meta bonna. Ninko yellow meta benna in so many ways. Mava ko jamol nundo mimbe kiri yaje mena kuba ma to le mo fo wolbe kiri inside. But cross no do bijenia bi modo bi amang goroso ta fa fata. Dak. Mbadin. Early intervention could have probably self-helped that person in another way. Ala tamal nyot bari benyim banko minkan mbole fo kanjam ngoy courant dol kala mol kanjam ningam bela so bel ngina mol dol la yemo dos la life safe no jam wallahi ningam bela ta safe no la because more fo kan dal min non ko the facilities that are needed in those medical facilities to call marrying life safe. They are not existing. Or even if they are there, they are not enough for us. But we are giving millions of money or dollars into things. Well, you don't know. Especially this recent via media phone call scandal na mimwe. 14 million media household. People cannot forgive. Another squandered opportunity that could have been even probably used to dialysis machine funds in the local. It is a for the banana opportunity me miss banko kan. Han be bimento mbukan lan na mul mantra lan kan. Itara your national dialogue not na. The key to that dialogue was how to manage state resource. Han be bimento atulu mo manage no al nkaminje wala mo nyinte wala ndeko west every step of the way. Adonyu west nying. It costs us. Banko dion. You pay for this. Adiyata molye, akuyata molye, mbajo kanade. All this west in kami mo wrong, ndele bajo kanade. Because you could have fired Jordan. So you now lebe kafukan. Now lebe kafula to pay for all these things, but President Fayafala diamo kono before. Kul milango kunun ko mbe keso de free sign also na free mbe ko la je awol fol janne. So one example of tax increase it. Because bankola julo bita kanyame, bankola debt portfolio bita be bill kanyame is unsustainable. But they don't come to realize this is urgent. No. They keep piling it up. And every pile is another cost, is another bill added to our already our high tax bills. These things, how do we pay for that? We are paying them at our checkouts. Nindara shopping na nindara marasolto. Daka kafule. Because we are paying those taxes. It's indirectly. So, there are crisis of our time. Allahu Akbar. We are paying for things, it's not our fault. We are paying for things that they never even consulted us. We are paying for things that they never even give the benefits to. They don't trickle. We don't go see those benefits in the real time. We become so Gambian, we are very content. Hey, but do an audit on that Silo Yajibe compared to what they told us that they have spent in our Silo and Halo Jibe. And in our Jibe, how long will that Silo last before another millions are also because whether people will even have patience to wait for you to build that country, that you have a nation building. The next government is going to take time. But whether people will have patience to wait for you. Because any serious government, you have to austerity measures. For difficult decisions to make sure Obanko that crisis is not shut out. We have to live between our means. It's only that we become progressive. But we can do it. But it has to stop somewhere because it cannot continue. It's the call for every Gambian to understand the status quo cannot remain, man. The status quo for the regime. The call me bitakan thing, call me bitakan. Right? The policies or the inaction, the incompetence. It cannot continue because it's costing us dearly. Not only today, it's costing our future. The environment is critical in that. The environment. But you come over and people, they don't attach importance to it. It's very, very, very important. Environment is very important. And very soon, come Home FM, they always want to listen to people. They always want to be responsive to the citizenry, the voice of the citizens. So there are programs, they are lined up. Environment is important in that. It's coming on, in fact, mineral. But this is another opportunity. It's going to come in a different format. And to be honest, more money you care about environment, especially. Please take time to listen to that. Gambia you and even I'll encourage policymakers to listen to that program. Na agriculture bunda lombang, na fiscal planning lombang, na important. Listen to that program. Atole nenda kanye si fale ba nin tolbe mol expert ol nat lambe mol mbe butakam be mol mbe glal jibe kambe call interacting with our environment in ways it can educate the Gambian people. I think by right pattern and program was sponsored. But however, but you have businesses as part of your corporate social responsibility. That is another opportunity, a perfect opportunity to utilize that program or to grab that program and do a sponsorship. Something you can showcase to Gambians. Environment is important, just like our company vision, the policy that is attached to our environment now from our corporate, is important because now company Gambia Bankoka. is leaving a footprint on our environment. All right? Good or bad. What are you doing? You are doing your activity, your business activity. The locals are feeling it in one way or the other. But what are you also doing to contribute to Kajako to mitigating a process of putting that looking after that environment, sustainably keeping that environment? What are you doing? How are you contributing? So programs like this, do a sponsorship. So Kesco, once you sponsor that program, you are given a receipt for your payment for that program. Those are ways of showcasing to your stakeholders, shareholders, everything. Part of our corporate responsibility, this program is very important. It's about environment. And where this radio goes and the platform goes is so massive. And if I know you media Home FM and remember kidding tonya barako belakot barako jumalet atol moti amanke comme do kula da man barako moti atol mele ke lamoroke alkale programme sia alkake audio alkake jandi banko be kamoy atol lemu is we are all in this together and we appreciate everyone's role in it. And I baraka a million times. But media la kumaya is felt every corner of the society. New media, home digital is beyond Pamodu is beyond anybody because Banco Bella den Talabi. Banco Bella la ke fanja media kon. Ibukolo for you listen to people's feedback. We receive calls. People reacting to these programs. Not only to be minfoka, but kola kamilika komandro ke kamol educated. Atibanna. Because when I was sometimes kola do occasionally in ke kola ko Allah contribution is well noted and is appreciated. And I will encourage you to call because more kinte this is a teamwork. More kinte kenola mbelebe den nambake mbelebe den ga comme mbake kante nyame ma continue ngake o nyama. The end justifies the means. Lumbe sila if anambe murule kanavako you have made history. This calls listen, history has been made here. Company A, Company B sponsored a program at Home FM about environment. It's documented. It's in the history. It's in the history book. People who are presenting those programs, they're in history books. People who are calling and interacting with that program, they're in history books. Just like member caring, you go to the archive, Nindara member caring archive for program on still now. Big, powerful history for Gambia. Imagine loka kolike program ko na ko ala lenin be mabo de sama binale ala min be mabo al be min be foka jala mabo because sama kanan mbadi ngolo ALSAMAA bi dimanche limbala January karo 22 January karo tilmuan nin say 2024 al bade ma lamin konate mbadi nga la no ida say mfana ngal fu ngal moy ngal tal because comme nga fanya min this is teamwork mo kilimba ka be fo no ali ta be fo no fana fo nga mo le fana mbula ye fana tafo so wala ni nga fem fanya fana ndunta mo moy kasila asala ko bende bari fana be min fala be disclaimer fana kila ja mo moy commandro ke comme nga lon nyami mbebe dan ni radio la mbebe dan ni platform la ali nga fo kunke ali nga lande kunke fem ning atara ko ani luwa manta ay luwa tinyala ka maye mbolem yaani be diama kanjam be minla milala ko be kulike ka ani ni luwa manta wala nan tulo fanan kana kuke kana kuma fo min ni luwa manta membe luwa nakarla right insinna feelings all express lele tonyala we all have right membe kere ni man la fala fo but nga fo nyala miyalon ko is not going to be offensive andate kala mobla you know sa la kunton kuma la sotia comme don comme fenga comme fo don ada baro comme e to don ada fade comme fo la ko luwal be nyim banko le momo be ko kele be ko kele e sa kata yalandi luwak odo be number safere jang wala 0044 777 1676759 wala number ti alsimen kumandino ani min afto duna kacha kono ana bade mala min konate ngalino ko na jato bali bijanne minan ko masha Allah ebe noma programme woni na komi watu wada ni nata jan dron kataram fele ngali tentu ngali jaye ndesan Allah akbar ngo en hana dan nyin damman nteya wallahi ni munte kubalti mol nkam minje ni after the programme ni ngana comment sol jibe ngana ja mol ko mandiro ke ibe contribute le be hakili mayal nat la jang wo munte wol they are very inspiring wo fondama is a process for me and it's humbling for me and it's educative for me and I encourage you to please let's keep it up mo kana jutube minande mo kana jutule barola as long as ima mo tojeng ima mo nakar okay ela baro ebe minke kan kana jutula is making an impact just do the right thing so dabo ngi sama baki awa tambedu sama akata famode bari yambulal yo dad be nyaadi ko tanatala alhamdulillah abdullah sebu damfa kombon ngi kontom bake na kombon ata fanante ngi kontom bake kamaso musa ngi fanan konton sachel the cool abaraka bake abaraka ako let your topic be everybody condescending the president's speech okay sachel ngi konton ko daga toure python ngi konton buba drame isama akuba jite ngi fanan sama princess bintu bama ngi fanan konton bake bayaje ku kilim bi jan nañolu ani mbaram sol du garal ka koleke alla kuma kan ka kumaya bake du karal kumande ma fako am not mandare al futam fanso ke kan jande ko musola kuma den tolde no ban be min foka nyawla nyinde ko la jama ni yara jibe mbaram sol ko do yakam bake de nga ki wala moy bake lafta musola fana ka kumandroki kumata bake al kumandroki nale kacha babulay jamme ñe fanan konton lamin bobo sanyang ñe konton dima ko teke soirée bakari ñe fanan konton ñe sama okay anga kolta okay o maria landilo dima ko teke la nga jibe amadou dabo ñe fanan konton jak kekendo ono kekendo but tonya na and sometimes when you feel down then you check and see if you wrong you can hope still kekendo sana wala mo kana iba kuma fola jaklo don kana generalize de kekendo be kerende lalo kante ñe fanan konton lamin Omar Fati kay karamo Omar nge kontom bake ni dimbalu karamo Omar Fati abaraka million times ni bare ni ke alma alayjo lamin sanyang once again nge fanan konton mori ta batata mbori ta batata Murrambarada. Yeah, foofu la mu tuurale. Murrambarada antew muta. Go. Bagodi Gambia jara bagale billahi wallahi tala. Moli ñu problème mi bébé kéré lahi ndesan donc Gambia ala non ñu wona ko ñu banko ñote ñu banko ñote lay mborata mbatata du kare kana bata lañu to interesting ako very sad Gambia. I cannot imagine this Gambia is drawing drawing deep of poverty. Okay, it's the Gambia those who don't want changes. Ala baraka bag. Karamo Omar ye kondon koteke. Kemo Jata is for drame. Mandin Sanyang. Lalo Kante again ye kontong. Drame. Alpeng al kontong. Mashallah. Lamin Job. People have to understand that we have government that create poverty for its citizens and create a way for them to get wealthier daily together with their immediate families. Yeah, okay. Buba sama tinge fana konton Bamusa Marong Omar fana konton Taf Touré Kai Touré kundangolode kuna rajula isama aparaka bage mbari mo butung mbal lamoy kam nam man fele ngaki jam 0044 777 1676759 ibna fa ko ndro kala ifana itafu kuma da bakere bi na dal kal sama nin ka banku diya nin ko to kala ndam malti kacha sala kuma nin kacha kuma baki banda malti dum mba try kan pour ka okay maninta assalamu alaikum badin
wa alaikum salam
mbali to dema ne ko kuma do ko mun do
bandara mo santi sella malta
musa sise malta bismillah musa
ne konto mbake no santi sella malta
o sana sise la malta bismillah
ne konto mbake na amodu ko do am ko la mo ngebe
ngejo
bata ko kambake amdu wato wadi karangangal bulla
mbekela ela kuma kan sude ela kuma kan dere malam fo e helfu no use kamba
ya teno mewi wodi
abondi ba sura nga nyela kuma kan moy clair mbeke moy baket
okay da ko ne kon dom baake ne me kere ndo ko la mi mete
ngejo
ko jan be daram baake ko man tuguru pamor kam nan borom ay ñoo karando no bari ñoo ko rendinde yo Allah rajo mbo bunda ka bunda ni sembo ka paake ba dal fal bu kalo bari ñi rajo e dan nañu ko ni ben na ko matal ay dan nañu ko ni ka ko matal ay yo kamala wala rajo ni en farasi aparaka le menno wala mi da hanya permission o banko ko mu me be a fota be fona ko franke asi ma ban ya da kella ka rajo ni nako ko men Gambia be nyamen na Gambia masa kunda mo ko ko kulinda ka Gambia wala mi de ya mera ko hani bi do 19th century le ko men Gambia no be nyamen no e kamina le ni ko kundi je molta longa molta kala so bidu ndem na faamel ndem na farande ngena man ta school ma mo school fa mer bibi la han masa kunda mo ko hani ko e ko ron ko yani ko la nya fa la yela tan man fa ko ndem fa na sila ala tanya ko nim fen na mo kesse ko na o kesse ko nan ka o be ndem man ta ko so to na tara di ko ni ko dem ni ka ganda bi school be dawo dare karo mo me pe la ba bele and den nimmente karam ko la ka ma rasola nimmente madrasa la ka ma tis ko be fami ya le nimbe kere to nimmente kala woro mi de ko masa funda e kili ya ko ndiya be nyame tay e ban ko fali ko be ke nde nyabe ni amu bla ya ban ko la ka kale ni ala jan sai ma dila présidence da nesa da présidence bi da di burkina la président bala tan ko be ka loptano ay lottano era moto puto ko le sanke na ti ay men yawon ko min 2014 mo ko le ole na ja pe ko no akate 2008 mo babu le na yawon ko so abol bonde kan ni lanko satan boli e ka nyen meda 3-0 ndel babul do bi taneto wala ba ko bulla ako kanen ko mal o mo ko men ngalo on pe na tisa ye sambalo tama ke cha blancetti ani lo tanto ko men yalo ko to lo mo to le bule le sa je ko kanal le ti le to to den to ko wala para ka to ko be ni man sa ke para ka to ko ta ka kom ba ko male kren ay ko ro fi ya ye banko jude ayo ni man sa na ka do ko be de ko ro le lagi kren e banko nya jude banko ko ta ro lo mo e man ta la bang ani minimum pa pe de walo de
apar ka
ba ni do na ko misal du mo ko salom ko le ya ni ba ka ko le bal ando nanga na gen problem on la banko kan president fa bu kam menke par president la ni men ya lon ko ba no ma ke ke mo si far kono na an mo to ni e fa e ko da do ko fa la do ma sa ko da do ko ke da ro ko men ka ba ro su ko no den ka fa wala nyan ke ko la gambe kan na no ye nya ti ka ko kan do ko men fa mo ke banko ko ni do ko le create la man je ka ko ngada do set banko kan do ko le create la won fa ngi lay do ko factory yellow
baraka bak thank you
ndel ba para ta mo ko ten nyante mel won na wolo mi korda sun ta nyan tale ali nga ka nga factory lo ni ya ko mo play ten al symbol sin men ngal ya lo par gamero korda ka sandro korda tan le bul nalle be bululle be bulla inde la ni be ko andi de ni be ke no la fendi ali nga ka tan men be banko create la ta samba nyalo al tamalal tan hakku blandi wala masa kunda do wol kam baddo bende tamala kana kanade yanta tamala lu kam se ko mum o bien coordination o man banko samba ni de klimi do ko en keno e ala ka fi no bal mo sabala mo ya no to on ko leke o sabaka den bare
so mana mbe men fara wala nyinde ko ni mo dol fan lon mi lan ko bata tubabu do e tara ko business wala lafta business wala kada ye frustrated ila business plan on ni fol be ya be tuje isare murutana because mena kila ila banko kan e fali kam ndako ila banko demol
o fanam to nyati do pambe je ka taxole ngalo ke tenen to sarano o fanam ka kila yo ko men bola matel ni masa kunda be ngalo ko mala ka do ko kala be ka de yin bundal de ti la mole ne ke be sonen yo bare ko masa kunda le banko bi kali ukurano la ko ndeka banko jele na banko wonde mba jela le kero ko banko ya ko le banko kan yuni kita do banko be kanya
baraka
par jama ba le gambia ka ko na banko kan ko ni ran ga ko no re ni ci ba tambila ay ya on minister ko do men ko men da ila ka do ko ne kala tabi wala salary ba fayi mo be lori ne kamala ko da su ni kemen ngel ibo do fara ko ke kala alawanso lay fiti ala renti ala sanko hey tiba wudu jam wonde jam e kasara ko do men ni wuli kemelo wala ni la sarat
wanta
ila wasala ni tere dale de ko bi bela bindamo dani le ne tere dale de mo be men sanko min kala ko ila dale de ko ni ela go ni wuli kemelo ni sa way me fara pasa ni alawanso ni de nyante bola le ta tere masa dani du kala
baraka very good point
ando ko fana ndale ba do kubla ni mo do ni ya ta mo do ni mo te bulla eta ko sa se la no ta do kubla masa kunda mo do ni ala be do ni masa kunda do kubla ni do bola na do bola gar ni be pa ni ala sa so ma
apara ka do fana ta mo be kol la be siaring apara ka baraka assalamu alaikum badin hello assalamu alaikum mbade to dima
alaji
konde jamani
ya tange kondo ba
ngejo
ya vile mbatra ga preka do no ko ne sono mamma
no mo lebe nun line of
ka pela program le diar donc mbalo me kanu on betaran kono no no jun la program they are always important ko mata ba
thank you
I am van de gensa men was it la do men na about development yo and then coming safa ko cambia fon specially de la mole dia na mole development on development ona nan kasilo dada ni fengol no development o tu a development o men fa unya ro da wala ka rabadi mo fon develop
thank you
sila dada ni fengol yes lo da nya ye banko da nya ni mol man develop it end of zero
thank you
because ni arab kunna jibe arabo le close le fond base because mun mistake ko kitela ila dingol la man develop ila banko dingol develop wala na one minute be la banko tinya la be problem kila they are not losing every time so sila dada ni fango amman ki fan post tuwabo jibe tuwabo ni mo be la tuwabo no man tuma man tuba banko do la but de da men jaman ja ika mo jam yaron ko no company babul ay ko do so iba ko le millionaire but what dingo fam ba gala on do ko wala don't depend on anybody not thinking about my father is going to do everything for me so at phone kabalu afon la own thinking because develop wala nyam yo but ni daran tele gambia tele mul man plan so from the tuabu dan nyam because that is their thinking so tele mul fanani mo kare nyaton ko rek mba ko mansa we think like mansa is everything bitano malanga dani so mansa fana luwa la muta mansa fana in miro la muta ya force harba dingul kono so ite camera ko nim mansa kam mambulano manga mani if it is doing something wrong you are not going to survive so an ka harba dingul fo develop wala important so diamula le media one day I will pass that for you for
no sometimes you sometimes I can feel it sometimes I can, because it can problem be not now especially with all these problems news can you million mo fembo ka kije and remember min kan disappoint back wala ñende ko ngaje o molu e ke bonde promote sama dal to wala ye sama place dol dila instead of you hold them accountable for what they've done
no because there are one problem with mul gambia wala ko comme harba development o harba develop anin ka banko develop ya different harba develop harba do kulindi dunia tanya because islam dino fona regional kabin ale kila kina ka ni kina ko harba do daji ko falen because daji ka falen wala ka harba do develop you understand ebe life o men kono ko life o ka try to reform you understand because imam me mtama man ko men man man sakuna do mbi imam me understand you understand this generation is not like generation before then I think they are doing all the wrong thing and they're just going to go ahead of it then we believe of the law it doesn't matter you have to face the consequences so this kind of generation so whatever this government right now they are doing, they know it. That is the mentality in the so because it's not going to be happening. Yeah, for happen no. So whatever men give for is good. Tilimbala in Gambia, you cannot count it. I'm telling you cannot count it. Sometimes it can have come for a bunch of Maryland but sometimes near calculate bag. If you can come understand because Yalo Harbor no Mianco, he traveled and travel, he couldn't define command, he couldn't come a kilometer balu, he traveled I can help back. Hanimanda karamulo ba ita karaba dum balunya de karaba la life gele be lifri nyame so ita kala ko men hani ku ke tare kala ko what is going is very wrong imga accept no if ni la on imga ko mon kuro ni imga accept no hani kadra ko mole muna fo ite imga accept gale ko is wrong yo but what is going on Gambia sometimes ya calculate is really beyond anything I saw in my entire life Gambia Tilimbala Sipa Gambia Tamita Gambia Bilol Moy, Ika Bilol Mil Pass, Anika Cool Minge. It's too much. Sometimes not a brain muka accept no. Come for both for the Xing Gambia, the Sunni exactly accept no delay. Yeah, I can that, but it's too much. But one day I hope the Canada and the Canada Masibo. But this government is for whatever they want to let them do it. I keep on my but you may understand everybody will face the consequences. No generation will bend that. Whether they believe it or not, that kind of generation they're gonna face it.
Assalamu alaikum Badi. Hello. Walaikum salam. Ekallamu min atrada mandemba.
Okay.
Bismillah. Isa mai to dima.
Lamin to
Lamin Toure Spain kodi Spain Sadio Jumal
Barcelona
Barcelona guy the great city Bismillah.
Okay. Fana lafta contribute la re. Damande lafta nganyo la mwani hakilo. Okay. About Gambia government senior officials and close na deputy wall. Call la do call kile. Ako responsibility allowance and allowance goal. Okay. Especially responsibility allowance. Ko scamling. Gambia government senior officials will scam lelelti. And in na deputy will fana ibe fana scam lelelti. Why imu scamalti?
Yeah, and the Jeffrey Naldeman because that is
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, minister, for example, the minister killing Fenka, for example, Ahmad Ba, Minister of Local Government. Okay. Biramu opposition leader, NRP. Ibukajo Minister of Local Governments, wala Minister of Tourism. Ibukajo was salary. Okay, Bria appoint as Minister of Tourism, wala Minister of Local Government. Saying I entitled to purka was salary sort. Wala la responsibility. Okay, so saying not a responsibility allowance for an lawaka. What does that mean?
But saying ebe amar ba blame la wala bang for ebe milibe ebe luala blame la wala police blame la wala ko man kes commenting. The problem here is the coming policy la mo is let's question the policy. The people
million policy means someone will left almost scam at it because it will left on policy someone because I told the National Assembly will approve will less on that aketa luat on their own benefits. So scam like because I can't tell you the double payment less sort of responsibility killing what
coming is very so baffling because even the also milk create coming budget of GBK also don't create they're not necessarily it's just about wasting people's money and then just squandering money. So yes, in a way, yes, what you're saying, but
scamling bro scamling tani nyandi nola anyhow you combine nyandi
left wala non pour ngaji nyandi do bari
ete tanola do kola for example nga example o min di la tendro ete tanola do kola yetara place auto as manager ye manager pare bejo kam manager salary la yana kotenke responsibility allowance fanal la ya kan sa ete la manager yani wo make responsibility ti anymore. Okay, in another yana kudo fana jibe ni minister lemba ni deputy lemba ni all high official soul ye la fita minna inyanta aluna record the lowest person in the Gambia fana lafta wala especially in cartel 5 million in la fita minna ntolbe Gambia be lafta wala okay no any good life. Okay. We all want good life. Forward. Okay, so I name momo ke palasoto. Ye korda dial ni korda tabu. Na be luaso la yala luaso juwai. Okay. Nyum fuara dol ntol fuarol. Be sula rin korda la. Be sula rin luasi jol. Masoto. Lung na kartele fay nga di la lung every day be tax jokang every day amanke every month wala every week wala fenko every day because we can namburo ni botal ni mine so ni sukuro ni fenko sane ni bebe dendi wala len kasa in ton fana it all kana greater part of the cake sort of what is not fair. Okay, Ahmad Ba came with this idea kafoko how many thousands household abemin billa maybe start like December. Wo ala conscience le wo diala because ayajele ko ibe mul scam kanne it's not fair. It will be kordal talaka nyote male ndol bebe dendi minna. I can understand. So it's not fair to the Gambians. So it only falsum kordal soto the majority will be struggle kan. So apareta mol nya kula le wala ne ni idea nata. Kaita ndiko evento fana miracle, but it's not true. They are just there for themselves. Okay, yena jibe kotenke ye korda sikami alonko, it belongs to Chief Justice, Kodi President Ola. Based on any based on ignorance, based on ignorance. Or yake taunte yale kono deliberately. Wo president of Famonyanta impeach la walale. President Onyanta impeach. President Onyanta impeach la walale. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum Badin.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
Kombong, ye kontong.
Isimba vole go sama. Ekonade, nye kondom bake.
Nyejo.
Le kumo bidada anin ko de kalgo do ko min amala nato, ala nato pero kila hormo. Allah ala rajubu nyu fana yirwa kila hormo.
Amin.
Ala na bezo kambion kila hormo.
Amin.
Mo ko andela da min vodoro karambala mi kumo be tani na mu mebe Gambia surata electoral reform nan kuma ni tomorrow abo logo la mo do lale mo do logo do bari Gambia surata electoral reform ni electoral reform manke nya don ko desira ko man ko la nga jo wol be kerin ten saite ne ale aro jibe bir kama ya jibe jio tiaro min ke mo musol be sirin jio ko nyami o be ke kan dinkira min to kata bureau political bureau yero lado mol fana ka kabunyo mo lado kata ro jio kono kabulo kosiye man na bulu koso fana na ikam modo to nye fo ka do awe sayala ikabulo kosiye wa mol milbo bulu koso nda min ko kuma lante man kuma nda mo jibe mo bile mbakade bar mol mi be bulu ko solo la do ka jele ke wollo ko ende jakal bak wollo ko en bara fa bak wollo fa mo dambe mun tole o ka ko ya bak bir kama be al halo min to bi nde min je e Facebook oto ni atra bin gra dolum ana atra be o be ne be kolo do na atra ma ke be on mi ka kuma o al halo ko bo nyame ben de graje Beon de kaji barkata beon ko lado kata famfada kata je ka kuma fo yo mi alon ko mo ma nyanka mira mo doye o mu ala ko doronati wa ko bala fa warta ba bar ku kira ando londu wala ko kantio aro baro aslanta usenda bolo bak aslanta bak o kama usen tabo soro bali akambia kono ala foya akambia kono ate balo do diala ba kisa ja sa kunku sotno balbudu mo ko dan val bije min kambia din kendo fa dan mo ko donu mi ja san ala wol be duala usen dawo e simaya ni jar kenda kadu ko bala fa warta bak ako bala fa warta bak barka bak
Thank you. Okay, nga molol van la call miss. Okay, nga jibe. But yeah, you call miss, you can call back. Coming, let me focus on wrong. Mbadi ngulu. Yala ninko rule of law. Pamuri fan kanyum fa diam ko. Ako luwala be nyim banku sambana. He's been repeating it. Wole entol da handi, wole ente da handi, ayete da handi, ayodo da handi, ayimbe da handi. But niaje ko rule of law man tarta kon dawdande dolle fanam baake kam pour kake nakarado kake joranti. Kake joranti to suppress other people, walla to get away with things in a normal circumstance they shouldn't be. But I'll be a big friend. Salam alaikum, Badi.
Mana ko sa alame.
Ito di ma ani ko komando.
Omar Loom from UK.
Yeah, Omar Loom. Kaya sa filo jaban na min diam.
Okay,
ekalla mina tara da mandem ba. Mi ekalla mi.
Okay, no tala. Yalong banku beta nyame. But ngin tala.
Yeah, because it come from Mulang side.
Okay, I put this shit.
Oh, sorry for the feedback. Okay. It's like now you call Alben la make up in Alberta la follow Allen call. Not know you have a lot of feedback there. Anyway, I'm coming for rule of law. I entered a hand, I wrote a handy. I made a handy. And on women moka. Angleterre jang. Ania for you can go kaka Angleterre ne Gambia compare. Mol mil bija yelo le bija roko. Imam fisanti man fiset. Beke mira nyame. Yelo mbe kun kono adi man intelligent. Sa control min kan commande ko misil molat. Inka alqur'ano tanka kali nga koliki. Gana ko muru ko te ngo kolu tanga finki. Telle ko ke. Wala mo be ka ko wari man mo jamana ko ke. Min bi jawlende ko kabirin bosol lomba treno lomba hold on assalamu alaikum badi.
Hello lamin omagwe na ta kotente.
Yes
ta ntolu gambelo ngatan fanjibe la bake ni banko kono ka banko ko tanyame ko ku sabale de je mulbe man sakunda kono imam fahamo soto imam mondo soto
afo dolu bije ngaka wonya
no belo mo
ite mo ita afo mo be ani yana ni ko do mo be do mo to ni to ko afo dolu bije wala safa ko jama bije
okay dolu bije jama bije imam londo soto because kukulin ne bije bako ko ta nyamen sinyaro ko ta nyamen control ko ta nyamen wala ka ntolla ko do jende ani wo marché kono mi yalo ka bagasol sandame wo marché ni tata ni gambia ko dola ka falling pound or dollars wo do e pauno aka selele gambe dalati kata duba even senegal la ko do wo la seleta gambe la ko doti because you ka tinyaro mun ke tolbe black hole la kono mi yalo tolbe tulungola de mi yalo the terror for decades to come getting told the bola wokono because we have a trillions of dollars of black hole we don't be with you nyame no gibe amount for the grant the grant will muka dum nim banko kono mu drone se gambia baluno because jakali pachar beje man senewala amke jakali pachar drone. There are many agricultural resources near long. We don't say Gambia Sambano. Gambia at the Batala and Ala Ebe Koto Sotola. But you know, Pare Dukola. You not a Tinarola. Need Tonya Nata. And the monkey politicians, them any political party supporting Gambia. I'm a Gambia. I live in UK. But in Tekamunje, if in the National Assembly, Muka KJ, Kela Denko Dilela, Kela. Kodo dire la miyalon ko amanke ila sarawiti in UK here niye kodo di munna ye la kodo le bonde ye fem sang ye riso sambanan ya sendela but ibuka dembi ko dire la ibuka moto dire la yul mo mante ko ndanyadi daki into la UK la GDP mu gambe la GDP how many times trillion times mismanagement of the sectors. That's our problem. You look up on your infrastructure. What is infrastructure? they don't understand themselves because it all kapo infrastructure sila doko miyalo abuka bang mo de konkoren ne lopitano miyalo ko ni taka je boro kam ibaka soto yalo nyiru kangol turun na man ani tolu nyanta kan nya yele ni man sakunda man na sobe yala ni guna ta tulmola ani sunyaro ku kende te tama kan na nyimma sakunda kono I don't live there ntol se mun fono ka safe mun ka ya mun da dio ntol se mun bundino IMF and other department ka bundi ka di gambenola ntol se kon ku kelmo ke but ngalo ne di 2026 nata gambeno lu nyante nya yele la nyimma mari nyim man sakunda bundi je man sakunda breke who's going to replace them because our problem don't can more vet but ni party na ko party mun na badi ko ya diala ni demba na ta demba na demba lon na demba diala demba fu se ala ko ta sambano ata ama ko ta sambano aten banko sambano la nyadi nko kun kensen abuka ban manta kunda samba londo le bije ni yatam ko man londo soto ku buka kati bo banko kono andi ndolbe tulungola de but ni ndolman nyim bonde je billahi wallahi taala na ko e non ne and I will come again Gambia bisila yela bulu king ya fita because ni betala marse ko ne dini moto kodole betala and that could solve your problems and I told them na from bulaje amin ku clean nto la president no aka fo aka man ka ko la fo aka ni da twabo ka moy aka mo fo betulu wala we are in the digital world you translate every language you want you don't interpret nowadays ani adlota njamanke UDP tede manke any political party ti Gambia kono adlota ako na ay man sakunda bula dabo ye fa abe fa la tata ala bade kono ate o sailde ani jumala ya sain ani o mari e kunte ya fo Gambian oliye that's an impeachment ala sino amani kasije korente because intol man national assembly kendo sato this is our problem intol na Gambia say como being told the deputy amanke MPP amanke UDP be akan be mutafale molat e be sita gele la fankumo e bangambe no kolom mirale di fankumo ni la dimbaya my family is okay elame your family is okay how many millions of Gambian families are not okay if your family is sick we could take them abroad but you and the other end most of the Gambian they cannot do that but mulia mun sita masakunda mun yanta wo topoto la ima topoto ye fantun kodo le bondi ya foi 50 million min mbabula min sa sata ta nye funke banta na kere no 50 million bulandi lopta wala ko man jang nitwaye ni prime minister sasa ta abuka funti banko ko la ta ni banko da ko la kala la janne abuka funti because le lopta no ni ta je ba ibe boro la sala gambelo lopta no ni ta je buka boro soro
Barakaba.
You yamira silo doko drona ni silo doko mankati. Amankati de.
Baraka. Thank you.
Okay, abarkala ne.
Salum Lumlum. Nkaja like a comment back about Binamo. I've heard from him. Thank you for calling, Salum. So maybe for Kanjam, benda ko conclude na rule of law la kumat. Accountability. Wala mu Molu sako minalongo maralola. It starts from them. Example, leadership by example. Ibe ko minkela, ibe minfola, ibe min tamandila, or benyan like a quality minalongo, it should be within the limit of the law. And if it goes outside the law, then you should be held accountable. Then that goes also to say how the public service is run. It's all rule of law. Mba foka nyami jang kabun na bosol tulumba. fonna treno lomba fonna kulintila lomba fomu lomba their service melanko they run and they blind to public profile ite mo jumalti they don't care who you are understand ni yalonko ibe imu public profile that you can afford business class by all means pay for business class and they enjoy facilities but when it comes to timing it waits for no one and what public service jam public service movement melanko I see bosses nga boso jijande melanko ni ko na nyanta department of one just on the dot aka wutle moba kanna be borna kanna aka tal abakalo andum ngam okay last caller mangali last caller assalamu alaikum bari ito di mani ko kondon ani ka komondo
Toma antele muruntanang, but this is very short. I just want to give a challenge.
Ito ma lamin kontel mo.
Lami Ture.
Oh, Ture, okay.
Konate okay, no, yeah. Okay, we go for a challenge to all Gambian officials.
Ekan lamo minatara, nkam fam moy jël. Okay.
I said, okay, we go for a challenge to all Gambian officials. Okay. We'll start and like all journalists all fanang be yake kunto dunoti na start ka Gambia officials all kela sarani ka expose. Okay.
Public phone call, public, public mortality. Oh, that should be made public, because that's a public interest, yes.
Exactly. Because we have to be serious. And mansula sumala kotenke in our system. Mol baby taka nyatole, ntol nebe koma. There is no serious thing in the Gambia. Okay. Julol milbe takan, julobe takan. Ika je wolto fa ika sute wolto fa ko wickedness len because ite be julo taka ko ite fa mala ko ite ta jola. Dole bina jola. So when you don't make best use of that, ite kamune create mo dole mil bina o jola.
Yalo julo ta e dawdan ne julo katal. Julo ta man ko ken man is this why is the way iba taka be pare fa na bakana dum dami na milanko is sustainably making us it kind of like it's not progressive. It's what it is because in Kami squander million in Beka squander. That's not sustainable. And you often at the pace. It's unbelievable. So Bangu yeah. But how you manage your physical okay. So for the national, we'll come back again for breaking it down. I think that will be in the next 2 hours. So maybe for ngam bosol jan melongo they just leave. Hani mo take on because monekata they grown more not about moment naba they go. Right? Because man tulu more. Nim boso later wala nim treno later jam for like more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes. They will refund you, you can claim. And maybe for it doesn't matter who the person is. Maybe la foka nyam pour gambe dinu ya understand. Ana ñu kuma ta ba kan pour ngal understand. Ñu recent phone call me be fokan about the ferry service and me be ke kanje. Left and body the civil the only me do ko later them understand ko. They either run a public service or they run a service for some people. Niatra ko le tamu jet. Niatra ko itele tamu. Hana tele ko tamu business out. Monday ko do you go into contract with the people. Ko ibeta la janne from this time for this time they go because they have to mo feru ko milango is going on the flight, going on a flight to go somewhere. Who ite mojolla la hajol long. Mol hajol be mol kunna jila milango kumata takela. Bari modo bi je milango ala hajol could wait. but you feel yola hajo tinya. So if you yokuma do familan ko yola hajo, you make that less important, you do la hajo kuma. Ni be mo ko milan basing to jibake. Yaje koku abebe jaba kaso tulale. Fende tula koma. Momo ibe koku kero banko ka hakilo tubaki. Because accountability to baila. Ning kusi fal mo tilimbali alti. Kamola tamo west for one person beyond necessary. Ado mari you manke ko to melon ko is like in an ambulance and waiting. It's like between life and death. So nyilbemu ko melon ko is nyilbemu tilimbali signs of tilimbali nyimbet. An abuse of power, an abuse of authority. Any abuse of authority and power is corruption. Momo dum fana yo mari mako to abate and they do that. You are also aiding corruption. You are aiding abuse of office and authority. Jang service obu kamobato. Niko 9 o'clock. Boso is leaving there. Is going to leave there 9 o'clock. Nico Ferro is leaving 1 o'clock. Is going to leave 1 o'clock. I was an example of that. I was running to catch a ferry, but I was held in traffic. Wrong. I missed that ferry. It went. And who is the me? Imagine even if I was the minister, if I was somebody, they wouldn't wait for me. They don't know that. And they don't want to know that. Because there is a service, there is a contract. Every public service is a contract. Every private service you're rendering to people is a contract. Rule of law. A matter for regulator to understand there is an abuse here. And in every incident should be investigated. Every breach of rules and everything should be investigated. The customers made a ticket or Joe. If you're not happy, go to the ombudsman. Secret dress code, not hajo on that day. I was requested and I need to reform. Because people were necessarily waited, they made to wait endlessly. Oh, that is wrong. Moto justify nola. Moto nyanyandi nola. No excuse is gonna come. It's not right. What is not right is not right. Public service, public services. It's not only one person. It's not service for one person. It's public. And Jamal hani tanindara luato. Jamala interest lua called safeguard. Prisoner don't be called because you could be reached to the public. So it's our interest, ila safety to it more like it safety jeopardize no over your interest, over your own interest. No. So nyimbe mukula melongo badu nganga tutubake. Milbe maro lola isi tutubake. Ise lefa nyanda nyun cool condemn le kaje ko no nyimanya na kake. But if they get wrong, then there is a disrespect to rule of law. They don't care about rule of law. Rule of law man ke koron kata kiri bundar. But min nyanda kila waike. Min manyanda kila wakanaki. Ana baraka baraka. Badi malami kono diamo mandia ina fembe ndunda mo pesala la ko. More now to breaking it down later on. Ala baraka bake butuo for wado.
Be kidding. Nkafo wole nyama.
Badi nyinde atemu kodi ma bade te me yaron ko Home Digital FM 99.9 ani mimbe Kerin TV wole nyin sambalena atol mini yaron ko alkasafaro leke fir fewol le bal budo alafta kabin kankula ning alnata Home Digital FM jamu kankular bundal te dami yaron ko ning kankula dunia bele kalong e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna ando manna da wala atur mini alon ko project ko bale bulo gambia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole nyim project ko kalamuta janne mudulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami alon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix ngana murung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami alon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online tv ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ise ku jama lonje ntelu dum mobundale te me yaron ko ka fahamuro yurwande kanda malu ke kilomoti wala munna lo kankuoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do lafta mole kala motande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema ba na laftan command la dron al se fero ke alien commandi plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220 734 3125 hanside ning altulbe diaspora al senna whatsapp commandi nole plus 44 777 1676 759 wala mimbe kering nka fo wala nyama andum fanan nka ke wala nyama